Now let's talk about how exactly we can perform the parallel builds into our Jenkins, how we can go for that. Now, parallel builds is a feature which is being provided by the declarative pipelines in Jenkins. Now, the whole purpose of having the parallel builds is that so that if you feel like some actions or some steps or even some stages you can run parallelly at the same time, we don't have any kind of dependencies on each other, then definitely you can go for this option. Now, usually the pipelines are quite sequential in nature, and it's going to be happening in such a way that once the previous step will be executed, then the next step will be performed or will be executed there. So these are very sequential in nature. So in order to have the parallel builds executed in proper manner, so we definitely needed to have, or we needed to perform the execution. So we wanted to have some builds going on there. If you feel like some steps which can be done isolatedly, let's take an example of deployment. The usually, let's say if I feel like, okay, after the dev environment, the test environment should be deployed. If I have that kind of requirement, that's great. That's something which is great there. But still, what happens is that if you feel like within your dev environment, you have 5 servers, 6 servers, or that kind of stuff. So if you do the sequential deploy to those servers, to those machines, then again, it's going to take a huge time. But if you trigger the things manually, parallelly, because again, you don't have to worry about, you're not doing the deployments parallelly to multiple environments. In fact, you're doing the deployments to multiple servers over here in this case. And that's where you can come to a decision saying that, okay, this is something which is really helping us to see like how the the things can be done, can be managed here, and you're not going to get a kind of big issues as such. So that's why the parallel builds are kind of a blessing for us to get the desired output in place. Now, this is a kind of a syntax which we follow for the parallel builds. I mean, here in this case, as you can see, we are starting off with the pipeline here. We are defining like on which agent we wanted to trigger the build. And after that, within the stage, you can have like parallel here. So parallel is a keyword using which we will be able to induce the parallel builds. Like if you really wanted to trigger the parallel build, so you can follow that particular step here. So you're trying to see like how these configurations or how these particular setups can be done, and we can get the desired output as such in this case. So that's a kind of a functionality which we wanted to manage and we wanted to handle all together here. So whatever the the stages we wanted to run, whatever the particular configurations we wanted to perform over here, so we will be able to get the desired output, that how the overall executions can be really performed here. So you can see here that stage A and B are going to be triggered parallelly, so they will not be in sequential, but it will be in parallel as such, right? So this is the way that how we can go for the parallel builds executions as such.